they rifled through all of the personal belongings of President Trump, Melania, Barron, every single person that has a residence there. They rifled through all of their personal belongings.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene is learning what a federal warrant is and seems to be deeply upset about it.
And then confiscated and took whatever they wanted to take, and they blew open President Trump's safe. That is such a violation of his privacy. That is a violation of our laws. It's a violation of who we are as Americans. It's a violation of our Constitution.
So Donald Trump's residence in Mar-a-Lago was recently raided by the FBI, and a lot of right-wingers are having very normal reactions to this, which is to say, they're absolutely freaking out and they are just absolutely furious about the idea that any right-winger would face any type of justice whatsoever. And some of them are even calling to defund the FBI, which is really funny because with these Republicans accusing the FBI and Joe Biden of being political in their aim, in the raid that was executed against Donald Trump, despite the fact that Donald Trump has many very obvious ties to criminality, and they managed to get a warrant against somebody who's an extremely public figure, where they knew there would be political implications, which means, realistically, in our two-tier justice system, that there was probably a lot higher standard of evidence than there is for sort of your typical average person. But even with our two-tier justice system, Republicans don't seem to think that it's two-tiered enough. And it just speaks to this mentality that exists among the Republicans, which is the idea that they should be immune from consequence. You see, any type of violence, whether it be vigilante or state violence, that's organized against their political opponents, they view as good, and they worship and celebrate it. But whenever the very same things are directed against them, then all of a sudden they're the ones that are uniquely oppressed. You can see this in the way that they respond to Facebook and Twitter and other social media platforms. Despite the fact that plenty of research has showed that social media algorithms are deeply biased in favor of the right, they run around claiming bias. And the reason why they claim bias is because they want to be exempt from the rules. They view any application of the rules as being some sort of personal slight against them. And as a result, they spend a ridiculous amount of time crying and complaining about, oh, they're so biased, they're so biased. But it's not even because they actually think these systems are biased. It's because they think they should be above these systems. It's not that Republicans don't want censorship, it's not that Republicans don't want the FBI, and it's definitely not that the Republicans don't want people to get banned from social media platforms. You see, these Republicans love all of those things. They just think that it should be done to other people. Freedom means their freedom to do whatever they want. It also means their freedom to not have to deal with people that they don't like. Their definition of freedom is so individualistic that realistically right-wingers tend to think that they're the only real people in the world. Which is why when Donald Trump's property gets raided by the FBI, they act like it's some outrageous thing and not something that has sort of been a long time coming. Because anybody that's been paying attention at all realizes that this was probably gonna happen eventually. In fact, a lot of people have been frustrated about how long it's taken.